The Slovakian Tatras. We flew from Birmingham on Wizz Air and landed in Poprad. The first view of the Slovakian mountain range was incredible and really took our breath away. It was everything we hoped it would be, and yet even more was to come. Poprad was really beautiful, and we were very lucky as the day we arrived it was the National Festival of Children's Folklore Ensemble's costume dolls. It was incredible to witness the dancing and the singing. We headed to the outskirts of the town to pick up some bear spray from an army supply store. Although not strictly necessary, we felt safer carrying it with us. We then headed to Tatranska Lomnica, where we stayed overnight in a spa hotel in preparation for starting our Tatras hike the next day.
Day one from Tatranska Lomnica, and we're heading up there to the mountains today. And so far the weather looks absolutely stunning, so looking forward to a great day. And we're heading up. There's a little waterfall down there. I know, what's that up ahead, baby?
It's bridges.
A what?
Bridges.
Our first day climbing the Tatras, we were leaving Tatranska Lomnica and heading to Zamkovskaya Chata. We were hiking 8.3 miles with 3,000 foot of elevation. The views were absolutely incredible and the exact reason why we do what we do. We've climbed under the shadow of Velika Spistovka.
This is hard going, this path, very rockety, but very beautiful and slight incline. How good the picture is, but that's us now, and then just down in the valley you can see the massive mountain range. You can hear the thunder in the distance, so hopefully it's not coming our way. So we're about 2,000 metres up now, highest we've ever been, on foot anyway. Not going up those today, I don't think. I think we're heading towards those cable car stations in the distance. There's a restaurant, so we'll have some dinner there. And then the hotel's probably another mile or so beyond that, I think. Oh my god. Yeah, you can see it, yeah? Hello, beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of the paths we walked in the Tatras were quite rocky, which could be quite challenging when it was wet underfoot.
Okay, so we started down there this morning in the village, and then we've walked all the way round, up there up, 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 round here, and here. It's been beautiful. It's fox. Smell it. And we're here, pretty much at the cable car station. Could have got a cable car up, but where's the fun in that?
Look at that. Unreal.
So we're going downhill now, very gently, but it has been raining a little bit, so the stones are very slippery, so we've both nearly gone over several times despite our sticks. So it is much slower than anticipated on the way down, is what you'd expect for a way down, but as long as we get there safely and in one piece, then that's all that matters.
As we descended down to Zamkovskaya Chata, the views just got more and more incredible. They were absolutely breathtaking, and none of these videos or photos will ever do them justice.
Safe in our hotel, thankfully.
So setting off on day 2. We're taking the lower path today. We're supposed to be climbing up the mountains today and reaching another high point, but you can see it's still very wet, and there's about a mile section of the upper route that's notoriously treacherous even in the dry weather. So we're being safe and taking the low route today. Still elevation to climb obviously, but it's not quite as high. We're not summiting any peaks today. We just want to get there safely, and it's Pod's 50th today, so we're going to a spa hotel where there's a big birthday cake waiting for him, so if we get there sooner, that's a good thing. We get to enjoy his birthday in a nice spa with a big birthday cake, and that can only be a good thing. But these are the views today so far. Beautiful. We opted for the lower route, one for safety, but secondly to try and avoid the thunderstorms that were forecast from about 1 p.m. that day. Although lower, we still had 1,550 foot of elevation to climb. The route was stunning. It meant that we got to spend time at some wonderful waterfalls which we would have missed had we gone on the higher route. Summiting the peaks is always great, but the views underneath the peaks are absolutely stunning and ever changing. We enjoyed a cooling drink of the fresh alpine water from the river, using our water filters from Water to Go. The jingling you can hear throughout the videos were the bear bells that we were wearing, which in theory warn the bears of our presence. This is where we are, and we're climbing. It's a lot of scrambling, or bouldering I guess today. And the sun is very warm. Pardon one of the bears were here. Don't think they'd live in this rocky bit, but you never know. We ended the day at Slovakian Dom at the most wonderful spa hotel, where we're staying this evening. Another alpine lake, and we've got a spa as well, so at 4 o'clock we're going in the spa for Pod's birthday. There's the hotel, in the middle of nowhere. We arrived here just in time again, because that's the thunderstorm that was promised, now hidden us. Here comes the rain again. And once again we've been so blessed with the weather. It held off till we got here, so I'm very grateful, very appreciative. The birthday cake went down a treat, although sadly it wasn't vegan, so I couldn't help him enjoy it. The spa hotel was absolutely fantastic. The rooms were large, cosy and comfortable, and we can highly recommend it. The spa was wonderful and a welcome end to the day, and the lake setting in the mountains was just perfection. So it's 7 PM and that's our hotel down there, and we've just traced our steps as to the route we would have come down if we'd taken the high route, and it would have been down that trail there around the waterfall, which would have been treacherous in the thunderstorms, so I'm very glad we decided to take the lower route today, especially with these paths. So that's the lake down there and our hotel, and today is not great weather, sadly. So, not going to see many views today, I don't think, unfortunately. Our third day on the Tatras trail was an extremely tough day. The route was challenging. It was a mountaineering route, intermediate level, not the hiking route that we had anticipated. The weather was awful. We were in the clouds all day, so we quickly got saturated by the mist. There were zero views, although this was definitely beneficial in the sections as I couldn't see just how far I could plummet to my death. The rain also came in as we were heading towards 2,000 metres elevation. Most of the route was boulders, challenging at the best of times, ensuring you get your footing right, but adding the wet weather made all of the rocks very slippery. The route quickly became quite treacherous. There was often a path of just 1 metre across or less, and a sheer drop to our left hand side. We came across our first piece of snow on the trail so far, which was exciting in June.
That's the waterfall, and we have snow just there, and then that's where the view ends. This is the waterfall, and that's our path, as you see. The rock painted on it. We have to go on the waterfall. So this is what I just crossed the waterfall. Jesus Christ, it's freezing. My feet are like ice, but thankfully we don't wear Gore-Tex, so they should dry out fairly quickly.
Wading through cold, fast-flowing water at 1900 metres at the top of a waterfall was not something that we realised was in the itinerary either. It was quite scary and I was terrified of being pushed over the edge, but thankfully we made it unscathed.
This is the past day. Very rockety and very slippy. So yeah, very careful. Can't really see the mountains. It's very rockety and it seems very barren because I can't really see anything. I'm not going to walk and film because it's very slippy with the wet. So yeah. So I'm popping off to get the snow. He's never had snow in June. Never had snow on his birthday. Come from up there. We've now got some nice switchbacks, so I might be a bit happier than the bouldering for sure. Oh, it's been a very, very scary day today. I feel very stressed actually. So I think we can see our hotel. I don't even see it through the mist. Just down there. You can just make out something. And I think that is our hotel for the night. Just some more switchbacks to go down. Whew. So we're now under the clouds, so we actually can see, and that's our hotel down there. It's got some switchbacks to do. I'm feeling a little bit less stressed now. I'm on a bit more of a real path and not sudden death if I slip on a rock and fall to my death. So yeah, a little bit less stressed now.
Day 4 of our hike through the Tatras, we decided to try and attempt to summit Mount Rysy. This is the highest peak in Poland, where summiting would have crossed us over to the Polish border. The weather was forecast a bright, dry day, so perfect conditions in our attempt. We set off early to beat the blazing sunshine, as well as to try and avoid the crowds because this is a very popular trail.
Beautiful walk so far today. High up, but no sheer drops, so feeling very safe today. And we don't have the rain and we're not in the mist. And surprisingly peaceful so far. We've seen a few people, but the route is actually quite quiet at the minute, but I think it is only about 7:30 in the morning. But this route up Mount Rysy does notoriously get very, very busy. And there's often traffic jams trying to get up and down, but we'll see when we get there. Just absolutely stunning and a really nice day today so far. Long may it continue.
These Sherpas were carrying supplies up to the cafe at 2,250 metres elevation.
Yeah.
So we're climbing up in the snow, and like dorks we left our ice picks in the hotel because we've hardly seen any snow all week, and today's the day really. We could have used them, but I have got our crampons, which are very useful. So just climbed up a snowy pass, and already dreading going down. I think it may be a bum shuffle kind of going down. So got a rope climb now, or chain I would say. And this is how high we are.
Baby, keep on them chains. Yeah, we've still got along. We're about 2,000 metres up. And that's the lake we passed. Where is she? Hold on to them chains.
This is quite the climb. Jeez, you see people down below. Somewhere. Getting closer to the top, and this is our path. Believe it or not, up here there's a mountain cafe. The Sherpa's coming up at the moment bringing supplies. Imagine this being your commute to work every day. Jesus Christ. Just climbed up there. Hard at work.
The cafe was a welcome treat with the most beautiful Sherpa tea to drink. The route to the summit continued up this steep snowy pass, and we decided against it. Neither of us had our ice picks, and Pod didn't even have his crampons or hiking poles. Going up would have been fine, we thought, but we were quite worried about coming back down safely. Having no previous mountaineering experience, we decided to err on the side of caution and decide just to come back and summit another day when there was no snow on the pass. The toilet, however, was definitely a toilet with a view. Heading back down the way we came, the safer option seemed to be coming down on our bottoms as opposed to our feet.
So we're nearly at the bottom, kind of. Still like 1,300 metres up, but it's just absolutely incredible. I mean, even this doesn't do it justice, but it's just stunning.
Upon returning to Poprad Pleso Lake, we decided to hike around it. This has to be the most beautiful lake we've ever come across in our lives. The views were just absolutely outstanding, like something out of a picture book. The day ended at another spa with the most magnificent mountain backdrop. Our final day in the Tatras, we made our way to the memorial site that commemorates those that lost their lives in the High Tatras, or exceptional Tatra people who have lost their lives to the world's mountains. The memorial is home to over 160 memorial plaques and 50 hand-painted wooden crosses. It was handed over to the public in 1940 with the motto, "To the dead as a memorial, to the living as a warning." We then hiked our way to our next town, Stravska Pleso, a town that's a real tourist hub with a famous and highly photographed lake with great transport links. The view from our balcony in Stravska Pleso. Earlier in the week we'd met up with a fellow traveller, Debbie, so we enjoyed a final meal together that evening before going our separate ways the following day. For our final day in Slovakia, we headed to the town of Spiska Poprad. This is an absolutely beautiful town that is home to Spis Castle. Spis Castle was built 900 years ago in the 12th century, and it is one of the largest castle compounds in Central Europe. Spis Castle. A little bit of a climb to get there, but it's very grand. The castle is so impressive and definitely one to visit. It is majestically perched atop a hill, overlooking Spiska Poprad and offering 360-degree panoramic views. A really beautiful surprise was the European ground squirrels that live in the grounds and are classed as an endangered species due to drastic changes in land use and agricultural practices. They are really cute and such a lovely sight to see running around.